First contact. The massive starship Celestial Voyager glided silently through the inky blackness of space, its sleek hull adorned with the emblem of the Galactic Union of Species. Inside, 17-year-old Alex Chen stood at a large viewing port, watching as unfamiliar constellations drifted by. The enormity of what was about to happen weighed heavily on the teenager's shoulders. Alex was about to become the first human to attend the prestigious Astral Academy, a learning institution that brought together the brightest young minds from across the known galaxy. It was a groundbreaking moment for humanity, which had only recently been invited to join the Galactic Union after proving their technological capabilities and peaceful intentions. As the Celestial Voyager approached its destination, a shimmering, ring-shaped space station came into view. The Astral Academy was a marvel of alien engineering, its gleaming surface dotted with domes, spires, and flickering force fields. Alex's heart raced with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. A chime sounded, and a holographic display materialized in front of Alex. "Attention passengers," a melodious voice announced. "We are beginning our final approach to Astral Academy. Please gather your belongings and prepare for docking procedures." Alex took a deep breath, shouldered a backpack containing a few prized possessions from Earth, and made their way to the ship's main airlock. As the only human passenger, Alex couldn't help but feel conspicuous among the diverse array of alien species disembarking. There were tall, willowy beings with iridescent skin, squat creatures with multiple limbs and eyes, and even floating gas bags that pulsed with bioluminescent patterns. Alex had studied xenobiology extensively in preparation for this moment, but seeing so many different life forms in person was overwhelming. As Alex stepped onto the station, a wave of dizziness hit. The artificial gravity was slightly off from Earth normal, and the air had a faintly sweet, unfamiliar scent. A holographic guide materialized, gesturing with ethereal tendrils. "Welcome, new students, to Astral Academy," the guide's voice resonated in Alex's mind. "Please follow the indicated path to the orientation chamber." Alex fell into step behind a group of chittering, insectoid aliens, trying not to stare at their complex exoskeletons. The corridors of the academy were a riot of color and texture, with living plants from 100 worlds intertwining with advanced technology beyond human understanding. Upon entering the orientation chamber, Alex was directed to a section marked with the Earth's flag. To their surprise, they were the only occupant of that area. The rest of the vast, amphitheater-like room was filled with clusters of alien students, each group beneath the banner of their respective worlds. A hush fell over the chamber as a striking figure stepped onto a central platform. The being appeared to be composed of swirling energy contained within a vaguely humanoid form. When it spoke, its voice reverberated with authority and warmth. "Greetings, aspiring scholars of the galaxy. I am Headmaster Zix Lura, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to Astral Academy. Here, you will push the boundaries of knowledge, forge connections across species, and prepare to shape the future of our shared cosmos." The headmaster's gaze seemed to fall directly on Alex. "This year, we are especially honored to welcome our first student from Earth, a promising young species that has recently joined our galactic community. Alex Chen, please stand and be recognized." Heart pounding, Alex rose to their feet. A ripple of murmurs and exclamations swept through the alien crowd. Some leaned forward with obvious curiosity, while others recoiled slightly. "As you can see," Headmaster Zix Lura continued, "humans may appear quite different from many of you. But I assure you, they possess remarkable potential. I expect each of you to welcome Alex and learn from one another." Alex managed a small wave before sinking back into their seat, face flushed with embarrassment. The orientation continued, outlining the Academy's rigorous curriculum and expectations. Alex tried to focus, but couldn't help noticing the sidelong glances and whispers from nearby alien students. After the ceremony, Alex was directed to their assigned living quarters. The room was a marvel of adaptive technology, its surfaces shifting and reforming to accommodate the specific needs of its occupant. A tentative knock at the door startled Alex from their wonderment. "Come in?" Alex called, unsure of the proper protocol. The door slid open to reveal a creature that looked like a cross between a jellyfish and a tree. Bioluminescent tendrils waved gently as it spoke, a translator device converting its vibrations into English. "Greetings, Earth being Alex," the alien said. "I am Scilara, your assigned cultural liaison. I am here to assist you in acclimating to life at the Academy." Alex smiled, relieved to have a friendly face, or at least a friendly collection of tendrils. "It's nice to meet you, Scilara. I have so many questions, I'm not even sure where to begin." Scilaра's tendrils rippled in what Alex hoped was amusement. "That is perfectly understandable. Perhaps we could start with a tour of the common areas. It would give you a chance to observe your fellow students in a more relaxed setting." As they made their way through the Academy's winding corridors, Alex marveled at the diversity of life forms they encountered. There were creatures that seemed to defy the laws of physics, beings made of living crystal, and even a few that existed as clouds of intelligent gas. "I feel so primitive compared to everyone else," Alex admitted to Scilara. "How am I supposed to compete academically with species that have been part of the galactic community for millennia?" Scilaра's tendrils gently pulsed. "Do not underestimate yourself, Alex. Humans have a unique perspective that may lead to innovative solutions. Besides, the Academy values diversity of thought as much as technological advancement." Their tour led them to a vast biodome filled with a staggering array of alien flora. As they entered, Alex noticed a commotion near a small pond. A group of students were gathered around something, their voices raised in distress. "What's going on?" Alex asked, moving closer to investigate. They saw a small, amphibious alien thrashing in the water, clearly in trouble. Its gills were clogged with a viscous substance, preventing it from breathing properly. The other students were debating what to do, but seemed hesitant to enter the water. Without thinking, Alex rushed forward and dove into the pond. The water was denser than expected, with an almost gelatinous consistency, but Alex pushed through it. Reaching the struggling alien, they carefully cleared its gills, allowing it to breathe once more. As Alex helped the grateful creature to the shore, they became aware of the stunned silence that had fallen over the gathered aliens. Scilaра's tendrils were vibrating with excitement. "Extraordinary," Scilara exclaimed. "You entered an unknown liquid environment without hesitation to save another being, and your ability to hold your breath and move efficiently through the water is remarkable." Alex blinked in surprise. I just did what anyone would do. Is it unusual for other species to swim?" A chorus of amazed murmurs answered that question. It seemed that casual aquatic abilities were far from common among the gathered races. Alex suddenly felt very conspicuous, dripping with a strange pond liquid. "I believe," Scilara said, a note of awe in their translated voice, "that you have just given your fellow students a striking demonstration of human capabilities. This will certainly make your integration into Academy life interesting." As if to underscore Scilaра's point, a tall, avian-like being stepped forward. Its feathers were a riot of iridescent colors, and its curved beak clicked as it spoke. "I am Crexator of the Evila Collective," it said, bowing slightly. "That was an impressive display of bravery and physical prowess, human Alex. Perhaps you would be willing to share more about your species' abilities? I find myself quite intrigued." Before Alex could respond, other alien students began crowding around, peppering them with questions. The initial wariness seemed to have given way to genuine curiosity. Can all humans survive in liquid environments? What is the composition of your respiratory system? Are you capable of altering your body density? Alex held up their hands, feeling overwhelmed, but also oddly pleased. "Whoa, one at a time. I'm happy to answer questions, but maybe we could do this somewhere a bit drier." A ripple of what Alex assumed was laughter went through the group. Scilaра's tendrils waved, gently herding the students towards a nearby seating area. "Perhaps we could convene in the social nexus," Scilara suggested. It would provide a more comfortable setting for cultural exchange. As they made their way to the social area, Alex couldn't help but feel a spark of excitement. The initial shock of arrival was fading, replaced by a growing sense of possibility. Here was a chance not just to learn about alien cultures, but to serve as an ambassador for humanity. Settling into a conformable chair that molded itself to their body, Alex took a deep breath. "All right," they said, smiling at the eager faces and other sensory organs around them. "Let me tell you a bit about life on Earth. But in return, I want to hear all about your home worlds too. Deal?" A chorus of agreement sounded in various pitches and tones. As Alex began to speak, they realized that this was just the beginning of an incredible journey. The Astral Academy might hold challenges and wonders beyond imagination, but humanity's first representative was ready to face them head-on. Cultural clashes. The first week at Astral Academy proved to be a whirlwind of new experiences for Alex. The initial curiosity about humanity had given way to a more complex social landscape, filled with both opportunities and challenges. As Alex made their way to the quantum physics lecture hall, they couldn't help but notice the varied reactions from fellow students. Some, like Crextor the avian Avila, had become friendly acquaintances, eager to exchange knowledge. Others still regarded the human with a mixture of wariness and fascination. The lecture hall itself was a marvel of alien architecture, with seats that adjusted to each species' unique physiology. As Alex settled into a chair, they felt it conformed to their body, providing perfect support. A holographic display flickered to life in front of each student. Professor Xanthara, a being composed of shimmering energy fields, materialized at the front of the room. Today, the professor's melodious voice resonated. "We will delve into the intricacies of quantum entanglement across interstellar distances." As the lecture progressed, Alex found themselves struggling to keep up. The mathematical concepts were far beyond anything taught in Earth's most advanced universities. Frustration mounted as Alex's hand-raised holographic interface remained blank, while alien classmates rapidly filled theirs with complex equations. "Is there a problem, student Alex?" Professor Xanthara asked, noticing the human's distress. Alex felt their face flush with embarrassment. I'm having trouble following, Professor. Earth's understanding of quantum mechanics seems to be far behind what you're teaching." A ripple of murmurs passed through the class. Professor Xanthara's energy field pulsed thoughtfully. Yes, I should have anticipated this. Perhaps we can arrange some remedial sessions to bring you up to speed. In the meantime, please observe and absorb what you can." The rest of the class passed in a blow of incomprehensible formulae and theories. As students filed out, Alex overheard snippets of conversation. Can you believe they admitted a species with such primitive scientific understanding? It's hardly fair to the human. They're clearly out of their depth. I heard they can't even perform basic telepathic computations. Alex's shoulders slumped as they made their way to the dining hall. The excitement of being humanity's representative was quickly being tempered by the reality of the vast technological gap between Earth and other galactic civilizations. The dining hall was a cacophony of sights, sounds, and smells from across the galaxy. Food synthesizers lined the walls, capable of producing cuisines suitable for any known species. Alex approached one tentatively, trying to decipher the alien script on its interface. "Having trouble, Earth being." A familiar voice chimed. It was Silara, their tendrils gently waving. Alex sighed in relief. "Silara. Yes, I can't seem to figure out how to order anything." Silara's bioluminescence flickered in what Alex had come to recognize as amusement. "Allow me to assist. What sort of nutrients do you require?" With Silara's help, Alex managed to synthesize a meal that approximated a chicken salad. They found an empty table and sat down, only to have several alien students quickly move away, leaving a conspicuous space around the human. "Don't take it personally," Crextor said, settling into a seat across from Alex. The Avilar's beak clicked as it spoke. "Many species are still adjusting to your presence. Humans have quite the reputation, you know. Alex paused mid-bite. Reputation? What do you mean? Krexto's feathers ruffled slightly. Well, from the historical data we've gathered, humans have a tendency towards, how shall I put this, aggressive expansion and conflict. Some worry that your admission to the Academy is the prelude to a more forceful entry into galactic affairs. That's not fair, Alex protested. We've moved past a lot of our violent history. That's why we were invited to join the Galactic Union in the first place. Indeed, Sylara interjected, their tendrils forming soothing patterns. But perceptions change slowly. Your actions here will go a long way towards shaping how the galactic community views humanity as a whole. As if to underscore the point, a commotion erupted at a nearby table. Two alien students, one a silicon-based crystalline being, the other a creature that seemed to be made of living plasma, were engaged in a heated argument. Their translator devices were struggling to keep up with the rapid-fire exchange. Without thinking, Alex stood up and approached the quarreling pair. Hey, is everything okay over here? Can I help mediate or something? The two aliens turned to stare at Alex, their argument momentarily forgotten. The crystalline being's facets flickered with what might have been surprise. You'd involve yourself in a dispute between unknown species. Is this not dangerous for you? Alex shrugged. On Earth, we have a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved. Sometimes an outside perspective can help resolve conflicts. What are you two arguing about anyway? The plasma being pulsed with agitation. This silicate refuses to acknowledge the superiority of energy-based information storage over their outdated crystal matrix systems. And this glorified ball of gas fails to appreciate the stability and security of physical data structures, the crystalline alien retorted. Alex held up their hands in a placating gesture. Whoa, okay. Have either of you considered that both methods might have their own strengths and weaknesses? Maybe instead of arguing about which is better, you could explore how they might complement each other. The two aliens fell silent, seemingly considering this perspective. After a moment, the crystalline being's facets shimmered. An intriguing suggestion. Perhaps we have been too focused on our differences. Indeed, the plasma being pulsed. A collaborative study could yield fascinating results. As the two aliens drifted off, their argument transmuted into a lively discussion of potential research projects. Alex felt a tendril gently tap their shoulder. Solara's bioluminescence was pulsing rapidly. That was most impressive, Alex, Sylara said. You displayed a remarkable talent for conflict resolution. Perhaps humans have more to offer than raw scientific knowledge. Alex smiled, feeling a small surge of pride. Thanks, Sylara. I guess we all have our strengths, right? As they made their way back to their table, Alex noticed that the nearby aliens were regarding them with newfound interest. A few even offered tentative greetings or gestures of acknowledgement. Krexto clicked its beak appreciatively. Well done, Alex. You may have just taken a significant step towards improving human-alien relations. The rest of the meal passed in animated discussion, with Alex fielding questions about human diplomacy, social structures, and conflict resolution techniques. It wasn't advanced physics, but it was a field where humanity's long, complex history provided unique insights. As Alex prepared for their afternoon classes, they felt a renewed sense of purpose. Perhaps they couldn't compete on a purely technological level yet, but humans had other valuable qualities to offer the galactic community. It would be a long journey, but Alex was determined to prove that humanity deserved its place among the stars. With a deep breath, Alex stepped out of the dining hall, ready to face whatever new challenges the Astral Academy had in store. The path ahead was uncertain, but for the first time since arriving, Alex felt truly excited about the possibilities that lay ahead. Academic triumphs. As weeks passed at the Astral Academy, Alex settled into a routine that was anything but ordinary. Each day brought new wonders and challenges, pushing the limits of human adaptability. While still struggling in some of the more advanced scientific courses, Alex had begun to find their niche. One particularly memorable morning found Alex in Professor Zilvax's Xenocultural Studies class. The professor, a towering cephalopod-like being with kaleidoscopic skin, floated at the front of the room in a gravity-negating field. Today, Professor Zilvax announced, tendrils weaving intricate patterns, we will explore the concept of cultural taboos across various species. Who would like to begin? Alex's hand shot up, surprising even themselves with their eagerness. The professor's eye stalks swiveled towards the human. Ah, student Alex, please share with us. Standing up, Alex felt the eyes, and other sensory organs, of their classmates upon them. Well, on Earth, taboos can vary widely between cultures, but some common ones include dietary restrictions, social behaviors, and topics of conversation deemed inappropriate. The professor's skin rippled with interest. Fascinating. Can you provide a specific example? Alex thought for a moment. In many Earth cultures, it's considered taboo to ask someone's age or discuss their income openly. It's seen as invasive or rude. A chorus of confused murmurs swept through the class. A jellyfish-like being near the front pulsed with bioluminescent confusion. But how do you determine social hierarchies without knowing precise age and resource accumulation? That's just it, Alex explained, warming to the topic. Many human societies try to minimize obvious hierarchies in social situations. We often value the ability to connect with others regardless of status. Professor Zilvax's tendrils coiled thoughtfully, a most intriguing approach. It seems humans have developed complex social dynamics to navigate these hidden hierarchies. This could have fascinating implications for interspecies diplomacy. As the class continued, Alex found themselves at the center of a lively discussion. Their human perspective offered insights that many of their alien classmates found novel and thought-provoking. For the first time since arriving at the academy, Alex felt truly in their element. The positive momentum carried into their next class, theoretical xenobiology. As Alex entered the lab, they noticed a series of holographic projections displaying various alien anatomies. Professor Electra, a being composed of swirling plasma contained within a humanoid force field, greeted the class. Students, today you face a complex challenge. The professor's voice crackled with energy. We've received data on a newly discovered species from the Andromeda Galaxy. Your task is to hypothesize about their biological functions based on the limited information available. The holographic displays flickered, showing a creature that seemed to defy conventional understanding. It appeared to be simultaneously solid and gaseous, with structures that phase-shifted between states. As alien students around the room began rapid calculations and analyses, Alex found themselves staring at the image, mind racing. Something about the creature's form tickled a memory. Professor, Alex called out, this might sound strange, but does this species inhabit a planet with extreme temperature fluctuations? Professor Electra's plasma form pulsed with curiosity. An interesting hypothesis, student Alex. What leads you to this conclusion? Alex stepped closer to the hologram, gesturing as they explained. Well, on Earth, we have animals called tardigrades. They're microscopic, but they can survive extreme conditions by entering a state called cryptobiosis. This creature's phase shifting reminds me of that, but on a macro scale. The professor's energy field crackled with excitement. Remarkable. A biological adaptation for surviving cyclical environmental extremes. Yes, I can see how that would explain several anomalies in our data. As Alex continued to draw parallels between Earth's extremophiles and the alien species, they noticed their classmates listening intently. Even those who had initially dismissed human biological knowledge were now asking questions and building upon Alex's insights. By the end of the class, what had started as Alex's intuitive leap had evolved into a comprehensive theory on the species' life cycle and ecological niche. Professor Electra was practically glowing with approval. Student Alex, your unique perspective has led to a breakthrough in our understanding, the professor announced. This demonstrates the true value of diversity in scientific inquiry. Well done. As Alex left the classroom, they were surrounded by alien classmates, all eager to discuss the implications of their discovery. Crexter fell into step beside them, feathers shimmering with what Alex had come to recognize as excitement. "That was most impressive, Alex," the avian being chirped. "You've shown that humans have much to contribute, even in fields where your technology lags behind." Alex couldn't help but grin. "Thanks, Crexter. I guess sometimes it's not about having the most advanced knowledge, but about looking at problems from a different angle." As they made their way to the dining hall, Alex noticed a change in how other students regarded them. The wary glances had been replaced by looks of curiosity and respect. Even species that had previously kept their distance now seemed eager to engage in conversation. Settling in for lunch with a diverse group of classmates, Alex found themselves at the center of a lively discussion about Earth's biodiversity and evolutionary history. Questions flew fast and furious. Is it true that your planet has organisms that can regenerate lost limbs? How do Earth species adapt to your world's varied climates? Can you explain more about these tardigrades and their remarkable abilities? As Alex answered each query, they felt a growing sense of pride, not just in themselves, but in humanity as a whole. Earth's long and complex evolutionary history had produced a wealth of biological innovations that were proving to be valuable on a galactic scale. Silara, who had been quietly observing, finally spoke up. "It seems, Alex, that you have found your place here at the Academy. Your success today is a powerful reminder of why the Galactic Union values the inclusion of new species." Alex nodded, feeling a surge of emotion. "It's incredible, really. A few weeks ago, I felt so out of place, like I couldn't possibly compete. But now I see that we all have something unique to offer." As the conversation continued, touching on topics ranging from Earth's ecosystems to potential applications of terrestrial biological principles in alien environments, Alex realized something profound. They weren't just a student at the Astral Academy anymore. They had become a teacher in their own right, opening new avenues of thought for their alien peers. The rest of the day passed in a glow of excited discussions and new connections. As Alex prepared for bed that night, they took a moment to record a message to be sent back to Earth. "Mom, Dad," they began, smiling into the holographic recorder, "you won't believe the day I've had. I think I'm finally starting to understand why it's so important for humanity to be here, to be part of this galactic community. We have so much to learn, but we also have so much to teach." As the message ended, Alex gazed out at the star-filled vista beyond their window. The initial fears and doubts that had plagued them upon arrival now seemed distant. In their place was a growing confidence and sense of purpose. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, new wonders to explore. But for the first time since arriving at the Astral Academy, Alex felt truly ready to face them, not just as a human, but as a valued member of the diverse tapestry of galactic life. Rising tensions. Alex's recent academic triumphs had not gone unnoticed. As they entered the grand atrium of the Astral Academy, a giant holographic display caught their eye. It showcased groundbreaking research and achievements from across the institution. To Alex's surprise, their theory on the phase-shifting Andromedan species was prominently featured. As Alex stood there, a mixture of pride and disbelief washing over them, a familiar voice chimed in. "Quite the accomplishment, isn't it?" Crexter said, feathers shimmering with what Alex now recognized as approval. "I still can't believe it," Alex admitted. "To think that an observation about Earth creatures could lead to this." Their conversation was interrupted by the sudden appearance of Zaxxla, a gelatinous being from the Epsilon Eridani system. Zaxxla had been one of the top students in most classes before Alex's arrival. "Enjoying your moment of fame, human." Zaxxla's translucent form pulsed with barely concealed agitation. "I suppose linking primitive Earth biology to advanced xenobiology is impressive for a species so new to galactic society." Alex frowned, taken aback by the hostile tone. I'm just glad I could contribute something useful. Science is about collaboration, isn't it? Zaxela's form rippled dismissively. Collaboration among equals, perhaps. Some of us have concerns about sharing advanced knowledge with a species known for its violent tendencies. Before Alex could respond, Krextor stepped forward, feathers bristling. That's uncalled for, Zaxela. Alex has shown nothing but a genuine desire to learn and contribute. As the tension mounted, a chime sounded throughout the atrium, signaling the start of classes. Zaxela oozed away, leaving Alex with a knot of unease in their stomach. Don't let it bother you, Krextor said softly. Some struggle with change more than others. Alex nodded, but the encounter had shaken them. As they made their way to advanced propulsion theory, they couldn't help but wonder how many others shared Zaxela's views. The class itself proved to be a welcome distraction. Professor Kinlar, a being of pure energy contained within a specially designed suit, was explaining the principles of quantum slipstream technology. Now, the professor's voice resonated. Who can tell me the primary challenge in maintaining a stable slipstream corridor? Alex's hand shot up alongside several others. Professor Kinlar's energy form flickered with interest. Let's hear from our Earth representative. Alex? The main issue is quantum field destabilization, Alex began, drawing on their intensive study sessions. As the ship moves through subspace, the corridor can collapse due to particle fluctuations. Earth scientists theorized about similar issues with wormhole travel, though we never achieved it practically. The professor's suit glowed with approval. Excellent. It's fascinating to see how your species intuited these concepts before achieving interstellar travel. Perhaps we underestimated humanity's theoretical grasp of advanced physics. As the class continued, Alex felt a growing sense of confidence. They were not only keeping up, but actively contributing to discussions that would have been incomprehensible just months ago. However, as they left the classroom, Alex noticed a group of alien students huddled together, casting furtive glances in their direction. As Alex passed, snippets of conversation reached them through their universal translator. Advancing too quickly. Potential security risk. What if they apply this knowledge to weapons? The words stung, reigniting the doubts that Alex had worked so hard to overcome. They were so lost in thought that they almost collided with Silara in the corridor. Alex, I've been looking for you. Silara's tendrils waved excitedly. The Xenocultural Exchange Committee is planning an event, and we'd love for you to present on human culture. Despite their lingering unease, Alex felt a spark of excitement. Really? That sounds amazing. What should I focus on? As Silara explained the details, Alex's mind raced with possibilities. This could be a perfect opportunity to address some of the misconceptions about humanity. Over the next few days, Alex threw themselves into preparation for the cultural exchange event. They compiled information on Earth's art, music, literature, and scientific achievements, crafting a presentation that showcased humanity's creativity and potential. The day of the event arrived, and the Academy's main auditorium was packed with students and faculty from across the galaxy. As Alex took the stage, they saw familiar faces in the crowd: Krextor, Silara, and even some of the previously wary students. Zaxela was there too, hovering near the back with an unreadable expression. Greetings, everyone, Alex began, their voice steady despite their nerves. Today, I'd like to share with you the story of humanity, our triumphs, our struggles, and our dreams. Over the next hour, Alex guided the audience through a journey across Earth's history and culture. They showed holographic representations of the pyramids and the Great Wall, played recordings of Mozart and Louis Armstrong, and displayed images of Earth's diverse ecosystems. Humanity has indeed faced dark chapters in our history, Alex admitted, addressing the unspoken concerns head-on. We've fought wars, harmed our environment, and struggled with inequality. But we've also strived to learn from our mistakes. Alex went on to highlight Earth's efforts in environmental restoration, peacekeeping, and scientific research aimed at improving life for all. They shared stories of human compassion, from global disaster relief efforts to small acts of everyday kindness. Our journey to the stars is driven not by a desire for conquest, but by an insatiable curiosity about the universe and a hope to connect with other sentient beings, Alex concluded. We come to the galactic community not as conquerors, but as eager students and potential friends. As Alex finished, there was a moment of silence before the auditorium erupted in a cacophony of alien applause and other signs of approval. Crexter's feathers were practically glowing, and even some of the previously skeptical students seemed moved. To Alex's surprise, Zaxxilea approached them after the presentation. The gelatinous being's form rippled with what might have been embarrassment. I may have judged your species too hastily, Zaxxilea admitted. Your presentation was most illuminating. Perhaps we could exchange notes sometime. I'm particularly interested in your planet's biodiversity. Alex smiled, feeling a weight lift from their shoulders. I'd like that, Zaxxilea. There's so much we could learn from each other. As they left the auditorium, surrounded by excited classmates, peppering them with questions about Earth, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. The road ahead might still hold challenges, but they were no longer facing them alone. Headmaster Zixlura's energy form shimmered into view, startling Alex. A remarkable presentation, young human. You've taken a significant step towards fostering understanding between your species and the galactic community. Alex beamed with pride, but before they could respond, alarms began blaring throughout the academy. The headmaster's form pulsed with urgency. Students, remain calm, Zixlura's voice boomed. We are receiving reports of a spatial anomaly approaching the academy. All students and faculty are to report to their designated safety zones immediately. As chaos erupted around them, Alex exchanged worried glances with their alien friends. It seemed their newfound unity was about to face its first real test, galactic crisis. The Astral Academy's emergency protocols sprang into action as alarms blared throughout the station. Students and faculty of all species rushed to their designated safety zones, a chaotic mix of bodies, tentacles, and energy forms all flowing through the corridors. Alex found themselves ushered into a large, reinforced chamber along with a diverse group of classmates. Crexter and Solara managed to stay close, their presence providing a small comfort in the face of the unknown threat. What's happening? Alex asked, trying to keep their voice steady as the chamber's massive doors sealed shut. Crexter's feathers were ruffled with agitation. Spatial anomalies can be incredibly dangerous. They can distort reality, create time dilation effects, or even tear holes in the fabric of space-time. Before Alex could respond, a holographic projection of Headmaster Zixlura materialized in the center of the room. The energy being's form crackled with urgency. Students, we face a grave situation, Zixlura announced. A massive quantum singularity has appeared near the Academy. Its gravimetric forces are already affecting our stabilization systems. Gasps and murmurs rippled through the crowd. Alex felt a chill run down their spine as they grasped the implications. If the Academy's systems failed, they could all be pulled into the singularity. Our faculty is working to reinforce our shields and adjust our position, the headmaster continued. But we require assistance. We need volunteers from each species to lend their unique perspectives and abilities to this crisis. Without hesitation, Alex stepped forward. I volunteer, headmaster. Around the room, other students began to step up as well. Crexter, Solara, and even Zaxxilea joined the group of volunteers. Zixlura's energy form pulsed with approval. Excellent. Report to the Central Command Center immediately. Together, we will face this threat. As they made their way through the now eerily quiet corridors, Alex could feel the station groaning under the strain of the anomaly's pull. In the command center, screens displayed a terrifying view of space warping around a swirling vortex of darkness. Professor Kinlaw was there, energy suit glowing intensely as they worked at a control panel. The singularity is unlike anything we've encountered, they explained. It's as if it's alive somehow, reacting to our attempts to escape its pull. Alex's mind raced, trying to apply everything they'd learned about quantum mechanics and spatial phenomena. Could it be some kind of artificially created wormhole? They suggested. On Earth, we have theories about manipulating space-time for faster-than-light travel. Zaxela's gelatinous form rippled with sudden inspiration. Wait, that's it. If it's artificial, it must have a control mechanism. We need to find its frequency and disrupt it. The next few hours were a blur of frantic activity. Each species contributed their unique knowledge and abilities to the effort. Krextor's advanced understanding of subspace communications helped them scan for artificial signals emanating from the anomaly. Silara's bioluminescent patterns proved capable of interfacing with the anomaly's quantum fluctuations, allowing for more detailed analysis. Zaxela's amorphous body could withstand intense gravitational forces, allowing them to operate equipment in areas of the station experiencing extreme stress. Alex's human intuition and outside-the-box thinking led to innovative approaches in combining their allies' diverse abilities. As they worked, the station shuddered and creaked around them. Artificial gravity fluctuated, causing objects to float randomly before crashing back down. Time itself seemed to warp, with moments stretching into eternity while hours passed in the blink of an eye. Finally, after what felt like days of non-stop effort, they had a breakthrough. Alex, drawing on their knowledge of Earth's SETI program, suggested using a prime number sequence to communicate with the anomaly's control mechanism. It's working, Krextor chirped excitedly as the sensors registered a response. The singularity is reacting to the signal, but their elation was short-lived. As they attempted to close the anomaly, it began to expand rapidly, its pull intensifying. It's destabilizing. Professor Kinlar's voice crackled with alarm. If we don't contain it, it could tear the entire sector apart. In that moment of crisis, Alex had a flash of inspiration. Wait, what if we're not supposed to close it? What if it's a door? The others turned to stare at the human in confusion. Alex pressed on, excitement building as the idea took shape. In our fiction, we often imagined wormholes as gateways between distant points in space. What if this isn't a weapon, but a form of transportation? Zixlura's energy form pulsed thoughtfully. An intriguing hypothesis. But how do we test it without risking the station? We need to send a probe, Alex suggested. Something small enough to enter the anomaly without destabilizing it further. Philara's tendrils waved frantically. I volunteer. My species can survive in the vacuum of space, and our bioluminescence might allow us to transmit data back through the quantum fluctuations. There was a moment of tense silence as the group considered the risks. Finally, Zixlura spoke. Very well. Silara, your bravery honors us all. Prepare for launch. The next few minutes were a flurry of activity as they prepared Silara for their dangerous mission. As the airlock cycled open, Alex felt a lump in their throat. Be careful out there, they said softly. Silara's tendrils formed a pattern that Alex recognized as a smile. I will, my friend, for the sake of all our species. With that, Silara launched themselves towards the swerving vortex. The command center watched in tense silence as the bioluminescent being approached the anomaly's event horizon. For a heart-stopping moment, Silara seemed to stretch impossibly thin before vanishing into the darkness. Seconds ticked by with no signal. The station groaned as the anomaly's pull intensified. Just as despair began to set in, a burst of light erupted from the vortex. We're receiving a transmission, Krextor announced, feathers quivering with excitement. Data streamed across the screens, resolving into images that left everyone stunned. They showed a vast, star-filled expanse, unlike anything in their known galaxy. Silara's bioluminescent message flashed urgently. Stable wormhole, unexplored space, sending scifiaudio or scifiaudio. As the implications sank in, a wave of awe swept through the command center. They hadn't just saved the Academy, they had discovered a gateway to a whole new region of the universe. Headmaster Zixlura's energy form blazed with excitement. This is a monumental discovery, one that will change the course of galactic history. And it was made possible by the combined efforts of multiple species, including our newest members, humanity. Alex felt a swell of pride, not just for themselves, but for all of Earth. They had played a crucial role in averting disaster and opening up new frontiers for exploration. As the crisis subsided and Solara was safely retrieved, Alex looked around at their alien friends, beings they now considered family. They had faced an impossible challenge together and emerged stronger for it. The Astral Academy, once in peril, now stood at the threshold of a new era of discovery, and humanity, represented by one curious, determined student, had proven its worth as a member of the galactic community. As celebrations erupted throughout the station, Alex couldn't help but smile. The journey that had begun with fear and uncertainty had led to this moment of triumph and unity. Whatever wonders or challenges lay beyond that shimmering portal, they would face them together as one united galactic family. Humanity's potential. In the days following the wormhole incident, the Astral Academy buzzed with excitement and activity. News of the discovery spread rapidly across the galaxy, and soon the station was flooded with representatives from various worlds, all eager to learn more about the gateway to unexplored space. Alex found themselves at the center of attention, not just as the human representative, but as a key figure in the crisis resolution. As they walked through the Academy's corridors, they overheard snippets of conversations in various alien languages, many mentioning the human with tones of admiration and curiosity. One morning, Alex was summoned to a special assembly in the Grand Auditorium. As they entered, they were struck by the sight of not just fellow students and faculty, but also a diverse array of galactic dignitaries. Headmaster Zixlura's energy form pulsed with barely contained excitement as they addressed the gathering. Esteemed guests, faculty, and students, Zixlura began, we stand at the dawn of a new era of galactic exploration and cooperation. The discovery of the stable wormhole presents unprecedented opportunities and challenges. But more than that, it has shown us the true value of diversity in our galactic community. The headmaster's gaze seemed to fall directly on Alex. In particular, we owe a great debt to the combined efforts of our students, including our first human representative, Alex Chen. Their unique perspective and willingness to challenge conventional thinking were crucial in averting disaster and unlocking the wormhole's potential. Alex felt a mix of pride and embarrassment as the assembled beings turned to look at them. Krexter, sitting nearby, gave an encouraging chirp. In light of these events, Zixlura continued, the Galactic Council has made two significant decisions. First, the Astral Academy will be granted priority access to the wormhole for scientific study. And second, in recognition of humanity's potential, Earth will be offered accelerated membership in the Galactic Union, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. The auditorium erupted in a cacophony of alien cheers, whistles, and other signs of approval. Alex sat stunned, trying to process the magnitude of what they'd just heard. Accelerated membership in the Galactic Union was an unprecedented honor, one that would catapult humanity into a new era of interstellar cooperation and advancement. As the assembly concluded, Alex found themselves surrounded by a throng of well-wishers and curious aliens. Solara's tendrils waved excitedly as they approached. Alex, can you believe it? Your species has achieved in months what takes most civilizations centuries. Solara's bioluminescence pulsed with joy. Before Alex could respond, they felt a tap on their shoulder. Turning, they found themselves face to face with an imposing figure, Admiral Xanthor of the Galactic Peacekeeping Force, a being composed of swirling cosmic dust and twinkling starlight. Student Alex, the Admiral's voice resonated with gravitas. Your actions during the crisis have not gone unnoticed. The Peacekeeping Force would be honored if you would consider joining our ranks after your graduation. Your problem-solving skills and adaptability would be invaluable in our mission to maintain harmony across the stars. Alex's mind reeled at the offer. I'm on it, Admiral, but I'm just one human. Surely there are others more qualified. Admiral Xanthor's form shimmered with what might have been amusement. You underestimate yourself, young one. Your unique human perspective, combined with your galactic education, makes you an ideal bridge between Earth and the wider universe. Consider our offer carefully. As the Admiral drifted away, Alex was approached by Professor Kinlar, their energy suit glowing softly. I hope you also consider a career in narrations, Alex. Your intuitive grasp of cross-species concepts is remarkable. We could make groundbreaking discoveries together. The rest of the day passed in a blur of congratulations, offers, and questions about Earth. Alex found moments of quiet reflection hard to come by, but when they did, the weight of responsibility settled heavily on their shoulders. They were no longer just a student, but a representative of all humanity, their actions and decisions potentially shaping the future of Earth's role in the galactic community. That evening, as Alex stood at the viewing port of their quarters, gazing out at the shimmering wormhole in the distance, they heard a gentle knock. The door slid open to reveal Krexter, Selara, and Zaxler. We thought you might need some friendly faces, Krexter chirped, feathers ruffling gently. Alex smiled, grateful for their presence. Thanks, guys. It's all a bit overwhelming, you know. This morning I was just a student, and now you're a symbol of your species' potential, Zaxler finished, their gelatinous form rippling thoughtfully. But remember, you're not alone in this. You have allies, friends, across the galaxy now. Solara's tendrils formed soothing patterns. Whatever path you choose, Alex, know that you've already changed the course of galactic history. Your curiosity, your willingness to bridge differences, these are the qualities that will shape our shared future. As they stood together, looking out at the star-filled expanse and the shimmering portal to unexplored space, Alex felt a sense of peace settle over them. The journey ahead was vast and uncertain, filled with challenges and wonders beyond imagination. But they would face it not just as a human, but as part of this incredible, diverse galactic family. You know, Alex said softly, back on Earth, we have a saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I guess we've taken that first step together, haven't we? Their alien friends murmured in agreement, each in their own unique way. As they stood there, united in friendship and shared purpose, Alex couldn't help but feel optimistic about the future. Humanity had found its place among the stars, not through conquest or technological superiority, but through curiosity, adaptability, and the willingness to reach out in friendship. The Astral Academy, once just a school, now stood as a symbol of unity and discovery, and Alex, once an outsider, had become a bridge between worlds. Whatever wonders or challenges the wormhole might bring, they would face them together, as one united galactic community. As the distant stars twinkled and the wormhole shimmered with possibility, Alex knew that this was just the beginning. Humanity's greatest adventure was about to unfold, and they were proud to be at the forefront, ready to learn, to teach, and to grow alongside their new alien friends. The future, vast and bright, beckoned, and together they would answer its call.